But it became evident to me that if I am not advocating for my clients and talking to people who can fix this on a legislative level, this is a broken system. This isn't just, like one little one-off thing. Now, and there's good news at the end of this, so stand by because it's been a long road. But this bill that was just signed into law, they're calling it the biggest piece of tort reform in Florida's history. It's huge. So all the way back to 2005, there was a claim in Naples, Florida. The guy's name was Jeff Sebo. It was on a super custom home, like an $8 million home. And the home was built poorly. The home leaked. They didn't seal it correctly. Well, then came along Hurricane Wilma and the house leaked again. So did it leak from the storm? Did it leak because it was built poorly? It was one of these gray areas. So Jeff Sebo didn't even sue his insurance companies, didn't even name them to the suit until 2008. So it wasn't like his story the whole time was, I'm mad at my insurance company. He was suing everybody. He was suing all the builders, all this stuff. So when this went to Florida court, it went back and forth and back and forth, and it brought up the issue of concurrent cause of loss. So when two things happen at the same time, one covered by insurance, which in this case is a hurricane, one not covered by insurance, which is your builder doing a crappy job of building your house, is insurance supposed to pay? And prior to this case, it was always, if the first thing is covered by insurance, then insurance has to pay. But if the first thing is not covered by insurance, then they should only have to pay for the part that's covered. So for example, if you have a policy, we see a lot that we have clients that will choose to self-insure the portion for water. But if wind blows a tree onto your house and water comes in and it breaks the pipe and there's resulting water damage from the first thing that happened, which was caused by wind, they're going to cover all of it. That hasn't changed. I mean, they still will cover all of it. There's something that's been peeled back. But the main issue of what happened here is this accidentally opened up a loophole for when wear and tear happens. And spoiler alert, we're going right to the roofs. When there's wear and tear that's happened on an entire roof because it's old, which is definitely going to happen. And then maybe there's one or two shingles that are damaged by wind, which is a covered peril. What happens is by policy contract language, that's supposed to be, will cover what's actually been damaged by the storm. But because of the Sebo case, it's a loophole. It makes it difficult for an insurance company to win in court. Another surprise, insurance companies historically don't make you don't feel bad for them. When you go to court, you feel bad for the homeowner, the Florida homeowner, which again, let's talk about, Jeff. We're talking about an $8 million custom home in Naples here. This is not some poor little, homeowner. But they settled it after going back and forth on appeal. They did require that the insurance company pay Jeff Sebo. So now we have step one, concurrent cause of loss. It makes it easy to win in court to make the insurance company pay for something that was the policy contract is not a warranty. It was not designed to cover it. They didn't collect premium for. That kind of sat there. Then fast forward to 2017, we had the Joyce case, which was actually a couple in St. Augustine, Florida, right in our backyard. And it was a relatively small case. It was only about $9,000. They had a water damage claim. The insurance company denied it because when they pulled the file, they realized that this client had actually had multiple prior claims and wasn't eligible to have insurance with that company to begin with. So they canceled the policy for material misrepresentation, refunded back all the premium, didn't pay the claim. Well, this was a very compelling plaintiff. They found an attorney, they sued. There were some things that were gray about this. It was gray enough that the insurance company probably should have paid from the beginning. So they did, they paid. This case is not remarkable for that reason. This case is remarkable because of the fact that after they paid that $9,000 whatever claim, the attorney turned over $90-something thousand of attorney fees. And the attorney said, I've added a fee multiplier because this case was rare and unusual and it took me more work. And so because of, I think that I should be paid more for the work that I did on this case. Well, we know now, definitely, there is nothing rare and unusual about suing your insurance company in Florida. So that case went back and forth and back and forth, same thing in the Florida Supreme Courts. And at the end of the day, with the spirit of the courts feeling like she did work really hard, we feel that the insurance company should have paid, we're going to award her that money. And what they did is they opened up Pandora's box. And now the floodgates are open for it's easy and it's super lucrative to sue insurance companies for things that shouldn't have originally been covered. Throw in the last piece of the puzzle here, and we have COVID quarantine when everybody is quarantining at home. And we have entire neighborhoods because of Florida's growth, all these newer homes that are kind of aging out from their first roofs. And it set up a system for, we call them, here's my slide, the Cobra farmers. If you know the Cobra effect, where you have a well-intended, these court cases, they were all well-intended, but they had an unintended consequence, which was, like ended up being to the detriment of the consumer. But they set up this formula where you have these door knocking roofers or contractors who are feeding into this system where it's too easy and too lucrative to sue insurance companies. So yay, this tort reform already signed into bill has fixed the system. Holly freaking hallelujah. They have fixed the system. So we're feeling great about the course correction that we've put on, that we've been reset on.